So joining me today for this very special interaction, Rajesh Menon. All of us have celebrated RCB. All of us know him. All of us have seen the brand, and multiple questions to ask him. Multiple questions. I mean, if you see, it is not always related to results. When we say RCB and we say, okay, 17 seasons for the men's team, they haven't yet won a title. So what? Much like the Chicago team, 1908 to 2016, Wrigley Field was full. RCB, go to any part of India and the brand makes the stadium full. Something is there. Something is happening there which is making this brand tick every single day, 365 days of the year. So these people have got their act right. And when we say they haven't won, we are actually ignoring the women's team. The RCB women's team did a fantastic job, and that's something we will also talk about. The gender equality. Last year, I saw this campaign, Men and Women Together. So clearly, Rajesh and his team doing a fantastic job. Welcome, and thank you very much for joining me. First question, what makes the brand what it is, Mr. Menon? Despite not winning the men's title, you are one of the leading brands in the IPL.
Thank you, Boria, for having me here. So let me start with the philosophy of this brand. It's not a tagline, it's a belief system, which is play bold. Let me give a background to this philosophy. When the team was created, it was all created from a thought saying that it is born in Bangalore, but to thrill the nation. So that was the earliest stage, the thought behind this team. As we evolved, we looked at what young India wants. And Boria, you will know saying that 20 years back, how India was. India was a closed economy, completely closed economy. Aspiration was do a government job, write a bank test, get into bank, joint family, parents stay together, grandparents stay together, kids stay together. And hence there was safety net. If anything goes wrong, there are parents or grandparents to take care. But then and aspiration also was limited. But when the Indian economy opened up, people from small town moved to the bigger towns. IT revolution happened. People from, again, small town and big town started moving international, exploring different aspects of their life and employment. And then the startup boom. With startup boom, we all know there are millions of startups coming in day in and day out. Out of that, we know only few succeeds and become those unicorns. Since what happened? People from small town coming here, the safety net is not there. They have to stay alone in the city. Aspirations goes up, there is failure around them, and there is pressure. Safety net is gone, and hence there is huge amount of fear. That is the cultural tension what we saw, RCB saw. We're saying young India wants to move forward, but there is a fear of failure in them, and hence there is no road map. There is nothing like, for example, do this, you will reach there. It's a road trip. And people need to explore that. And as you explore, then you will learn, you will move up. Along with that comes freedom. But along that freedom comes anxiety. That is where RCB played. RCB went and nudged the entire young India and told them, we are here. We don't know what's on the other side. Hence, let's go play bold. And hence, that is what is manifested from day one. If you look at the kind of players which we had, Boria, right from Virat, Chris Gayle, AB de Villiers, Faf, Glenn Maxwell, everybody who epitomized the philosophy of play bold. The play bold is not a tagline, it's a philosophy. Hence, if you look at from that angle, whatever we created, records, it's all about manifestation of that. Highest individual score, 175 not out, till now, Chris Gayle. Till last year, we held that highest team score, 200 and something for 4 or 3 till last year when we created it many years back. Highest individual tournament score 900, again Virat Kohli. Highest partnership AB de Villiers and Virat Kohli still with. So if you look at the brand of cricket we played, it was not just a what you call tick mark. It landed on the philosophy of play bold. Young India resonated with that.
When I teach my students across the world, and I've been doing this for 2 decades now, the one thing that sport has taught me, and I keep saying it, is sport has taught me how to fail. Sport doesn't teach you how to win, because you will win 20 times out of 200. Sport teaches you how to fail. Sport teaches you it is okay to be not okay. Sport teaches you that the quest is to be perfect in an imperfect day. Every day is imperfect. Today also it's imperfect. Your internet will sort of something will happen, but the quest will be to make this interview perfect in each of our in little domains, right? I think this play bold actually fits in with that. It allows people to fail. It allows people to experiment. It allows the aspiration to grow. So what if you fail? We will give you another opportunity. There is always a second chance. And where I think this fandom fits in, and this fandom fits in beautifully, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is this. Like, I'm a Sachin Tendulkar fan, right? I'm his biographer, I'm a Sachin Tendulkar fan. Now, if I'm a Sachin fan at the age of 6, I will die a Sachin fan at the age of 80. My clothes habits will change, food will change, girlfriend, boyfriend breakup can happen, parents, etc. Political ideology can change, everything can change. But an RCB fan at the age of 7 will die an RCB fan at the age of 80. Only constant in human life. That, I think, resonates very well with your kind of pan-India fandom. Very unique that it is not connected with results. It is a pan-India fandom and maybe even pan-globe. And that's where I think the brand has been successful.
Your thoughts? I'm just coming to that. So if you look at this, hence the philosophy of play bold is not anchored in one state or one district. It is anchored among in the minds and hearts of young India. And hence, that is the reason, for example, if your producer is believing in RCB because she believes in the philosophy of RCB and what it brings to the table, and it resonates across. And if you look at our digital footprints also, from Karnataka, only somewhere around 20% comes in. It is across India which we resonate with, and we are not resonating with as you rightly pointed out. Even if you got a women's team goes across the country, you get the same fan following as a men's team, because it is not about multiple people. It's about the team together which comes in. And what we have done this, Boria, is this philosophy we have what you call triangulated that with culture and lifestyle. When the per capita income is growing,
your Kannada campaign come in there? Because I don't speak the language, but I was reading about it. I've seen some videos. I used Google Translate. I think it's a fantastic campaign. Can you just tell me a little bit more about it?
Yeah, I'm coming to that. The entire thought of, I'll just finish the play ball stuff. The entire philosophy, then what we did was, whatever we did, the size of that is huge. For simple example, the unbox itself.
Yeah.
The first unbox was anything which we do, we don't just put a post and saying, oh, captain ho gaya, this is the captain. No. We make it really, really big because it should land on the philosophy of play bold. When Faf took over the captainship of RCB, we could have easily done a post and an interview saying that Faf is the new captain, blah, blah, blah. We put a 40-foot container on the Church Street. Church Street, which is the CBD of Bangalore. And there was if I'm not wrong, there was the India-Bangladesh test match happening in Chinnaswamy. But we had more crowd here than there. That is the scale. That is the scale we work with. Second unbox, again, every unbox we keep upping the entire scale. And that worked good for us. Completely. One is that. We are the first team, because see, at the end of the day, it's a lifestyle brand. We are the first team to launch an RCB Bar and Cafe, which is a temple for our fans. And we are looking at expanding it. So our footprints are getting expanded. Number one. Number two, our it is becoming more than a 3-month brand. Because IPL and WPL is 3 to 4 months. But with this coming in, it's becoming bigger. We are the first to collaborate with Puma. Because RCB jerseys worn you won't wear an RCB jersey and go to office. But if an athleisure is there, you may wear an athleisure and go. So hence we figure out saying that how can we do that? And along with Puma, we brought in the athletes, Usain Bolt, Pep Guardiola, to endorse the brand. So what happens is this brand becomes mighty big and international. So if you go for a 100 ball or maybe a PSL also, you can find 2-3 guys wearing an RCB jersey and standing. Even Pakistan Super League, I have seen. And maybe last year when our commandos caught the Somalian pirates in the high seas, one of them was wearing a RCB fake jersey there. I mean, that is the reach and that is
I've actually seen a couple of RCB jerseys in Paris during perhaps the Neeraj Chopra event, maybe in the Stade de France. But I've seen it. That is why I was interested in this interview. That you have been able to create something from a startup which has captured pan-India imagination and beyond. So credit to you. Absolute credit to you. I'm not taking it away. But also tell me two things. I'll come to the Canada campaign. But where I've also kind of appreciated you guys is you have gender equality at the core of this. It is not just a men's team. That campaign that you all did, men's and women's cricketers playing together, the women's team winning was given, and I've been an advocate, as you know. My team has been, we do the maximum amount of coverage for WPL. I don't think anyone comes close. Tell me about this philosophy of yours, gender equality, because that will make India a better society and a better country.
See, if you look at the five pillars of RCB, one is I won't get into the cricket pillar. One is the cricket pillar. If you look at our entire goal is to be the best performing, most trusted T20 franchise bar none. Simple as that. Best performing, most trusted T20 franchise bar none. If you look at that, first pillar is cricket. Second is commercial. Third is how do you make the brand 360 degrees. The fourth is all about do good, which is all about gender equality and environment. So if you look at, and that is slightly broader, I'll explain that slightly differently. If you look at, there are different cohorts. If you look at the TG, in India, pet parents are growing. Many people have their own pets, dogs, cats and stuff. So what did we do? In Chinnaswamy Stadium, we created a pet stand. So hence what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to resonate with that TG also. There are other TG who is environmentally sustainable. They think of sustainability in a deep manner. And we didn't even it was not a lip service. Chinnaswamy Stadium is what do you call, as solar panel. We buy wind energy, and our only team globally which is carbon neutral is RCB. And we started this much ahead. Last year, we rejuvenated 4 lakes in Bangalore. And this year, what we felt was, in India has to move forward, sports has to move forward. So all our CSR budget is going towards upliftment of a Siddhi community who are big athletes coming out of Mudgod in Hubli.
Nice.
So by doing what are we trying to do is not just promote sports, but also resonate with people who understand and vouch and advocate these kind of stuff.
If I can ask you one critical question, Rajesh. I mean, are you scared when Virat retires?
Sorry?
Are you scared when one day will come, right? When Virat will retire? When I, for example, think of Michael Jordan, right? And I think of the Chicago Bulls story. After Michael Jordan and before Michael Jordan is very different. I don't see the Chicago Bulls as the same brand. I don't. And I've taught at the University of Chicago. I kind of lived that experience. I also had my Bulls t-shirt and used to go. When I see Chennai Super Kings, I ask the same question of myself, that is it the same brand with or without MS Dhoni? I ask the same question of you as RCB. Are you kind of, yes, I'm sure Virat will remain with you because you have created that identity, mentor, coach, I don't know. But is it synonymous with Virat? Is it a danger or is it as a boon? Because obviously this man unites India, even beyond India. He's one of those transcendental global icons who will be once in a generation kind of player. But is that also a worry for a brand?
See, the point is, if I say no, then I'll be lying. I mean, the point is, if Virat retires, it's not just RCB, the Indian cricket will suffer.
100%.
Let's be honest with that. Having said that, we have built a brand which is big, and I feel it has arms and legs to sustain beyond that. I can give an example of WPL. WPL, there is absolutely no AB de Villiers or any big name there, but still the fan following of of WPL RCB team is as in par with RCB men's team.
Okay.
So which means RCB brand itself is big. Having said that, yes, when Virat retires, there will be an impact for cricket in general and RCB in particular too.
I think I asked you this question because of 2 reasons. One, you have been able to create a brand, and look, building a brand is not easy. Okay, as an academic, I can tell you that. So enormous credit to you guys. Having said that, You've been able to create a brand in 15 years, which doesn't happen. It takes years, decades. You've been able to do that. But now, your challenge, according to me, is what is the innovation that will keep this brand growing? Because you've done it. You've done it. When you guys play in Calcutta, for example, the opening match of the IPL this year, and I was in the stadium, even when Kolkata was 115 for 2, there were chants of RCB, Virat. And I have to acknowledge that. It was quite funny, but it happens. And when Virat started scoring and the match was in RCB's control, there was quite a bit of chanting going on, RCB. Inaugural game, KKR match, Kolkata. So what is the next step, Mr. Menon? How does the innovation go forward? What is your vision if I ask you, where is RCB in 2030?
See, the point is, we have a clear pathway how we are looking at, which is, and we don't do 10 things and try to make all 10 things big. We try to do few things, but we try to do that few things much bigger, bolder, and better. That's what we do. So fewer, bolder, better. So that's what we do. And hence, one of the stuff is to expand our bar and cafe across India, which means the touch points for the fans increases and it resonates. We want to create 300 fan what they call touch points across the country in each district. We want to figure out how do we do that so that there's a connect with the fan directly going in. So fan engagement goes up. Third one is create an online platform which becomes one maybe a super app for sports in India. How that looks like. So the point is there are multiple avenues and ways to do this. And having said that, what we always do is, Boria, we put the fan in the center. We put the fan at the center in everything what we do. I'll give a simple example, Boria. I don't know whether you have seen the key visual what we have done this year. Every year we do a key visual which goes onto the bus, which goes everywhere.
I've seen Sukumar's photograph in the bus.
Correct. Not just Sukumar. If you look at the entire picture, it is an amalgamation of all the fans. One fan went into the Mahakumbh and dipped our jersey. His image is there. One fan during his wedding, both husband and wife put a placard saying RCB, my love. Oh. We put that there. One fan in Pune proposed to a guy on that day. We have put that. So we have amalgamated all this. And what happens is, when we were in not Calcutta, where was the second game? Somewhere, we were there. One of the fans flew down because he's saying, "Mera photo dekha." Then he came, actually stood there and took a picture. The fan connect is critical. Putting the fan in the center is critical. And that makes it very, very important to us.
Beautiful answer. Sukumar called me when he was in Calcutta and he was beaming. I said, "Kya ho gaya?" He said, "Sir, mera photo RCB ke team bus mein hai, sir, aap dekh lo." And we actually profiled him. We profiled him in front of your team bus in front of Eden Gardens. And it was an outstanding gesture.
And the small things matter. These are small. See, when you look at the bigger stuff, maybe you may miss it, but we don't miss it. For us, small things make the mountain.
Beautiful. Canada, where is this from? How?
No, it is nothing to do with Canada or stuff. See, what we believe, we have multiple fans. And if you look at Bangalore is Cosmo, completely Cosmo. And people coming from other states with IT capital being Bangalore, from other states and other languages who are an RCB fan. So what we try to do is, what we are saying is, if you come to Bangalore, if you know this language, it's easier to navigate in the state. Simple as that. It's easier to navigate in the state. And hence what we did was, we looked at which is the sweetest sweet, which is jalebi, which we can write the language and use that. And just to teach the young Indians who are coming to Bangalore the sweetest language, which is our Kannada. That is exactly what we have tried to do.
So I think it's a fantastic campaign. Again, you see, Sanjog used a very good line. He said earlier we used to treat many fans as one. Now we have to treat one fan as many, because consumption patterns have changed. I think it's an outstanding campaign, because every team, whether it is Bangla, whether it is Kannada, local connect, fan connect, engagement, integration, assimilation, absorption is the way forward. And even if I don't speak the language, if I pick up a little bit because of you, and because it helps me when I go to Bangalore. It's as simple as that. To talk to the auto driver, to talk to the local, to talk to the shopkeeper. Of course.
A Swiggy guy calls you and you just tell 2-3 words, that's good enough, no?
Exactly. And people take you seriously. People say making an effort. 100%. 100%. Final couple of questions before I let you go. One, does this bother you? Does this bother you that you've come close so many times? That if you see a record, you've made the playoffs, you've made the final. Does it bother you that we've got to cross that hurdle?
I will look at last maybe 4 or 5 years. We have out of 5 years, we have reached playoff 4 years, and WPL we have won the tournament so all this in 5 years. Consistency will reap dividend, and we have been consistent, and hence our team is very confident of doing it. So I think so. It is not that far.
Final question has to be this: what does Virat Kohli mean to you and RCB?
I mean, he represents RCB. It is like his team more than anybody's team. The point, see, if you look at pull back from a Diageo point of view, there is no owner.
Yeah,
we only sit on a chair, and and people change. Only consistent person in this team is Virat Kohli. So this team is his more than anybody else's.
Beautiful answer. Beautiful answer. I think this has been a very engaging conversation, instructive conversation. And more importantly, what I liked about this conversation was your clarity of thought. I think the brand is robust. I don't generally say it. I think the brand is robust. And it is testimony to what you've been able to do, that in 17 years or 18 years, the men's team, despite not winning every single year, your brand has grown bigger and bigger and bigger. So you've taken the win-loss out of the equation, and people love you guys. Women's team has done very well under Smriti. And of course, you have won a title. I'm sure the men's team will, because this is a romance. Every year, my own colleagues and they come and tell me, that same RCB tagline, this is your year. And hopefully it will happen, because Mr. Menon, you guys are doing something well for the sport, and I wish you all the best. More power, more success, and more what you just said, play bold.
Thank you, Boria. Thanks for your time. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.